Hey base builders, it's really getting hot and I hope everybody is ready for the on-chain summer. And I'm betting there's a lot of people that I can reckon a lot of people have submitted their projects, their mini apps for the base on-chain summer to stand a chance to win 20,000 USD. I hope it's 20,000 USD if I have that right. Just Googling this, on-chain summer. Reward. Okay, no, that's 200,000 USD, sorry. 200,000 USD. Stand a chance to have your share in the 200,000 USD just to build on base. Super amazing stuff. All right, so in today's video, we get to talk about common bugs and troubleshooting solutions that could help a lot of base builders and people that are trying to build on base and become builders. So we'll start with the number one primary that I have actually noticed a lot of people are stumbling into when it comes to building mini apps. And that's with preparing your development environment. What I mean by preparing your development environment is that when you're starting to build your mini app or you're starting to build the project, is that a lot of people do not have Node installed. So you can't use certain tools or you can't even begin vibe coding yet without having your environment prepared. So what I highly recommend for my vibe coders out there is that make sure to tell your bot or your agent to install Node before the development starts. Make sure that you have Node installed in your computer, your MacBook, or whatever you're using. Make sure that you have your Node installed. If you do not have your Node installed, anytime you try to use commands like npm, npx, nothing is going to happen, but what you're going to receive is red prompted errors. And that's just a sign that your computer does not have Node installed. Node prepares the environment and makes your minikit SDK work because it needs Node in order to operate. So make sure to visit node.js and download Node, install Node, download the LTS version, the standard version, and try it out and make sure that it's fully installed on your computer. The next issue I have spotted is that a lot of people are going into the wrong directory when installing their packages. What I mean by installing the wrong packages, what I mean by installing the right packages in the wrong directory or in the wrong folder is that even when you're vibe coding, you need to be cautious. You need to make sure that you are installing your npm install in the right directory. Usually when you install the minikit SDK, it will give you a simple guideline without you noticing that's actually a guideline. And it starts with CD. And that means you need to you need to change your directory into the main project directory, into the primary project directory, if I may say, so that you have to install Node in that directory and not in the other folder. Make sure that you're in the project folder. Next is that you really want to make sure that you run npm run dev in order to test that the minikit is successfully installed. You should be able to see a default template pop up on your browser to give you a sign that the minikit is operational and is fully installed on your project. The next step is that I see a lot of people struggling on how to replace the default minikit template. The minikit default template is found in the page.tsx. That's where it's found. It's found in a file called page.tsx. Usually a prompt that could help you is that replace the default template in page.tsx with my project while defining what project you're going to build. The next thing is that you could always prompt your AI or chatbot to always be specific on the target you're trying to change. One of the occurrences you see without doing this is that it will build or mix the default template with the project that you're trying to build. It gets a little bit messy. So be specific when you're doing your vibe coding prompts. The fourth error that I see people is that the file structure. The way you prepare your file structure does really matter, or should I say your project structure. The documentation and the way you structure your project does really matter, because that's how your bot, when you're vibe coding, actually sees the file structure. There's a specific guideline on how you must arrange your mini app file structure in order for everything to be installed properly, or in order for things to be read properly. One of the file structures that are being used mainly in a mini app is the next.js file structure. And the next.js file structure always begins with the file called app. So always make sure that if you're programming or if your mini app is in next.js, the primary root project directory or the primary folder should always start with app. The next issue I have spotted with a lot of builders is that sometimes you might stress, but always make sure that you have your network connected properly. So always make sure that you have strong network connection, or you have problems with installing the packages. And always be prompted to red build failed errors. The next debugging issue is your forecaster or preparing a manifest. This is one of the primary issues that I have noticed, especially when I'm facilitating. The way you prepare your manifest or forecaster is that you must always first begin by deploying your finished or MVP project to Vercel before preparing a forecaster manifest. Deploy your application. The first time you deploy it, your application is in preview stage on Vercel. Make sure that once your application is fully polished up and has a successful build, promote your preview project to a production level. You could do that via Vercel, or you could do that just via your terminal, or you could ask your bot. MPX space Vercel space those negative lines, and you could write the word PROD, prod, or in other words, production. This will get your project in a production level than the previous stage. Once it's in production, Vercel gives a free domain name, and it's .vercel.app. Your project name, .vercel.app. That is your public URL. And once you have that, that's what you're going to use in order to prepare your manifest. You prepare your manifest by collecting the manifest command via the base.org website. You could also get the manifest command through the forecaster developer dashboard. Once you have that in place, you're going to launch your manifest. Get your public URL, paste it in there. Make sure that you have a custodial wallet that has your forecaster account details connected to it. I will make a video demonstrating on how you could prepare this in good timing. Once all that is done, your manifest gets signed. Automatically, your signature and details will be taken to your environment variable or your environment file. And your manifest is now done. Please always make sure that you copy those environment properties, like your forecaster header, your forecaster signature, and your forecaster preload, and copy those details and go feed them to your Vercel settings in the environment variables, paste them, and save them. Redeploy the application again, and you have your manifest fixed. For more videos like this, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down this video. Follow me on X @NSSalak. I am glad to help you out. Take care.